Well, MJ, we're in a huge rush to get into we're going to try and see Drag Me to Hell and Dance Flick, and we're in a major rush, and we're trying to...
You're right, it fits.
It fits. I knew you could squeeze that in. We had to, like, run into Chick-fil-A, and this one girl's like, I'm going, it's my first day, and it's a big rush.
She's like, does that complete your order? I'm like, I've never been asked that before. She goes, I'm sorry, it's my first day. I said, no, it's just I'm not used to everyone being that nice to me.
And she's all nervous about everything, and now we're trying, like, it was such a rush to get down after this.
Look at the way
Sarah
I
did it.
I feel like everything's like something squeezing on me.
I know.
I got water in one pocket and my food in the other.
I know, but we'll see you depending on what movie we see first because of the time, but we'll let you know what we think of either one.
Yeah.
Well, we made it in here, we're seeing Dance Flick first.
Right.
And then Drag Me to Hell. Right?
Yeah, I don't think we had enough time to see Night in the Museum.
Is that a banana in your pocket, or you're just happy to see me? So it's raining a bit, but we just got out of seeing Dance Movie and Dance Flick.
Of course, it was Wayne's Brothers.
And now this is not, for those of you who are thinking that it's, you know, those guys who did, you know, Meet the Spartans, it's not them. No, it's a Wayne's Brothers film.
They did a Scary Movie 1 and 2.
Not 3 and 4. But this movie, you know, Sean and Marlon Wayans actually came back for this, and not, like, a little bit more than cameo scenes.
Yeah, they were actually in it for, like, Sean Wayans was in it for a good
part. A lot.
And he never changes. He always...
And he has the same haircut and the same look and everything.
I'm serious, like, he looks like he walked right off the set of In Living Color.
And in case you're wondering, it's a gigantic rainstorm, so I'm holding like my hand over this camera.
Yeah.
It's like pouring out here.
But it was better than Little Man.
Now the thing is, there were some, like, the beginning of the movie, the first 40 minutes were really funny. Yeah. There are a few, like, extended scenes just to make the movie longer that were not the greatest.
Right.
But for the most part, it really was far better than those Meet the Spartans and Disaster Movie and all those.
It was better than Date Movie. It was better than Little Man. It was pretty funny.
It really was. It wasn't as good as, of course, it wasn't as good as Scary Movie 1 and 2.
Right.
Those movies, it's hard to top those, especially, and it actually pushed the PG-13 limit slightly.
Right. It was like as high as PG-13 can go.
I know. I have a feeling though the DVD is going to be an R-rated cut, don't you think?
Probably.
Or an uncut version.
The Wayans Brothers usually never do anything.
Yeah, it is pouring rain on us right now.
Yeah.
Do you think people should see this one?
I do recommend seeing it in theaters.
And basically, it's basically a spoof. The thing is, the trailer didn't really do it justice at all.
I know, when you actually see it, there's a lot of stuff they didn't show. It's like, oh, okay.
The trailer just showed lots of scenes of dancing, but, like, there's actually scenes in a movie, you know, real spoof scenes.
Yeah.
The trailer didn't show any of that.
I know, I was definitely looking forward to it ever since I saw the trailer, and it was funny.
And I think the baby in this, I'm not sure, but doesn't it look like it might be the baby that's in the Bruno movie?
Yeah, when he's on that's Jerry Springer, right?
Or whatever that show was, some kind of show.
That talk show that...
I don't know if it's the baby or not, but it looks a lot like it.
Similar. It might be like that. I bet that kid's probably in everything. Whenever they need like a baby, like in a film, they probably use that same one.
Because there aren't too many babies that are actors, you know what I mean?
Like, so years later, they'll ask, like the baby who's in Ghostbusters 2, you know, Danish.
They'll like interview him now. He's like, "What can you remember?" He's like, "What?" And he's like, "I don't remember anything."
He's a baby in all sorts of movies. Actually, those were twins, and like in different scenes. But as far as this baby, I'll bet like years later he'll be like, you know, you were a baby actor. There's child actors, and then there's baby actors.
Well, then, do you think many baby actors continue on?
I don't know.
No, Mary-Kate and Ashley did, though.
Yeah, they were baby actors, and then they were kid actors, and
then teen actors, and then disappear off the face of the earth, and then come back again when they're, you know, mid-20 actors.
Yeah.
Or no, early 20 actors.
Yeah.
But I think people should really see this. It's really actually pretty decent. I know it didn't do the greatest in theaters, but I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm sure you know why, though. It's because, like, Terminator was out.
And it's definitely one of the better spoof films in a while.
Well, it was, and I'm glad that it's about time the Wayans Brothers did something again.
I know.
So I'd give it about 4 out of 5.
Yeah, about 4 out of 5.
BJ's.
BJ.
MJ?
Yeah?
That wasn't very funny. That was juvenile.
What, for them to name the place BJ's?
I know. Very juvenile. We aren't even members of this place. We just want to see if we can peek inside. Cause we have
the people who made the place are really big Tim Burton fans. They love Beetlejuice.
So we have an hour to kill, so we have to kill some time somehow.
Hour go by quick. Like I can make an hour go by quick. Dude.
I know. Wow. Wow. So this is what a BJ's looks like up close. Wow. BJ's DVDs. Blu-ray deals.
Is this the one that guy made it into, or no?
No, that's one of the older ones. Pretty much just seems like a Sam's Club clone. Look at these extreme bags of dog food, MJ. Look at those.
Don't remind me. It makes
It's a
me
good
feel
thing
like
you don't work in here. You look at these bags you'd have to lift.
These are the kind of bags I lift.
Did you lift bags this heavy?
Yeah, like all day.
Oh my god. Man. And look at those pig ears. Gigantic waters.
You serious?
Whoa, look at these ice creams.
This is what I'm talking about. See, this is an average size thing in ice cream for
You
me.
would eat this entire thing in one night?
I could.
It has 16 servings.
I know.
What about this Cherry Garcia one? Would you eat all that in one night?
I could eat all that in like an hour.
All right.
I love this stuff.
MJ, do you think we should join BJ's club or no?
Well, my family are proud members of Sam's Club, so...
Yeah, I don't know. We're pretty much just killing the time.
Yeah.
You know, it smells like unique spices down here, though. These are like the restaurant-sized spices.
Or like Old Bay. Oregano,
Mediterranean sea salt.
Oregano.
Look at all these seasonings. Season them up.
Herbs.
Well, we had our fun at BJ's, and now we're going to Target Greatland.
Yeah, it wasn't what I thought it was. It wasn't as good as this other BJ's I went to.
No, you said like the carts there, they don't charge you 10 cents. So remember you said they charge you to take the cart in the other one?
Like a quarter, and then I think you get the quarter back later. It's really ridiculous.
And we're just going to go in here and kill a little more time.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go and see Sam Raimi's Drag Me to Hell.
Yeah,
What's funny is, when I was walking at Comic-Con with Wet Movie, like, I ran right into Sam Raimi. I was just filming, and then like, oh look, you run into all kinds of people here. And then I just turn around, and I'm like, oh, Sam Raimi. And he gave me this weird queer face and looked back.
Like this?
I know. Now don't worry, dance movie was not this. Am I right, MJ? It was not like that. So people who are thinking we're crazy or something, they're going to go, you're crazy, there's no way that could be good. It really was not bad.
It wasn't bad, and if you actually think it was as bad as Disaster Movie, then I don't even want to talk to you.
I know. Hey, MJ, look. The original Turtles are back out. Look.
I know, I told you.
I know, but I was showing it on the camera like it was a new experience.
Oh.
They reissued the old ones. The classic. I have like a box full of these. This one comes with the DVD, though. Isn't that crazy?
It is.
Well, now it's that time. We're going to see Drag Me to Hell, MJ, right?
Yeah.
And then after it's over, we'll be in the car for one of our reviews.
Mm-hmm. What?
Oh, MJ, will you ever learn?
Learn what?
What, MJ?
Learn what? That they rip you off with their shitty food?
MJ, you can't say that word.
I can say whatever I want. This is way better.
I have never begged. So, MJ, we just got out of seeing Drag Me to Hell.
Yep.
And now I was on the other take that got screwed up because of incidents. I was saying to you, do you think there might be people who come into the theaters, you know, like people who are afraid of saying foul words or, you know, questionable sentences, they're like, can I get one for, you know, drag me to, you know, or like, can I get one to drag me to heck? You know what I mean? Like, I just have a feeling there might be somebody that does that.
How long has it been since you've heard the word heck?
I remember hearing it like Rocco. Remember that? Because they couldn't say hell in Rocco.
I know. That's like a '90s and earlier term, like darn it. Who do you hear who says darn it anymore?
One thing I keep hearing people say lately, it's pissing me off. It's like they're going, sugar, oh sugar. I'm like, just say sheet. You know what I mean? You don't hear people saying that?
Remember dang it? Remember that?
Oh, dang it. Napoleon Dynamite like says that. Oh, dang it. But like, I got out of this movie, and I thought it was really pretty good. The one thing I was a little disappointed was there was a few sequences of, I mean, listen, like the CGI in it was, some of it that was in it was not the greatest. That's the only thing, and I was a little disappointed with some of it.
Me too. There were a lot of on-screen effects that were pretty good.
Yeah, the on-screen effects,
the CGI wasn't
the practical effects, but the CGI, just talking about like the sand coming out of mouths and stuff, was not top-notch, especially one sequence.
The flying handkerchief and all that, you're like, CGI.
But see, if I pretend like that wasn't there, and I judge it on the movie itself, it was very good.
Yeah, it was. Truthfully, it was a lot funnier than, like, maybe intentionally or unintentionally than I thought it would be.
But see, you haven't seen Evil Dead, and that's how those all were. It was all that.
And I'm sure a lot of you are going to be like, what? MJ's never seen Evil Dead? I never had any interest, okay? So shut up.
I'm more the horror fan, man. MJ's more like the action comedy kind of guy.
Yeah.
Or I guess I'm more the comedy horror guy, or something like that.
Right, we're both comedy guys.
Yeah, I mean, we're #1 comedy guys, and yeah, you know that. If you've seen these vlogs and you're watching this now, you know all of that. Yeah. How many vlogs do you think we've done by now? Like hundreds?
Over 100 at least.
Of us? Oh yeah, I know.
At least.
Probably. But I mean, I was saying, I really was surprised with how much of a throwback it was. Didn't really seem like something of like the 80s.
Kind of, yeah.
In certain sequences,
With some of it, I
especially
was like, I couldn't believe they're actually doing this.
especially they used the original Universal, not the original Universal, but like the '80s Universal
Like in the
logo.
later one.
Well, I think it was the '80s one. I think
so. Yeah, my favorite was the '90s one.
And the one thing that was really good too is it had really good music.
Right.
Didn't you think?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was going to be more serious, honestly.
No, Sam Raimi is not serious. Like none of his horror movies, they always have comedy elements to them. But I think he did very good, and Justin Long did a really good job in this.
He's not really a bad actor. I guess it just depends on who puts him in what.
No, sometimes he's just in bad movies.
Right.
And also, he was directed well in this, and I think he's sometimes better at being slightly serious.
Yeah, he's really good.
You know what I mean? Like I think
just give him the right role.
I think the problem is some of the movies he's been in are just been like sort of like C-grade films.
Right.
But this is definitely an A film, except for the CGI. The acting was good, and I thought that Alison Lohman girl, who was the lead, did a really good job.
Yeah, one from Big Fish.
And she was originally going to be Ellen Page.
Right.
You know, the Juno girl.
No, I know.
But do you think though if it was
seen her, I guess.
Juno, she could have done it, but do you think she would have still been dating Justin Long, even though he would have been like 12 or 13 years older? Do you think they would have just kept that and just been like, oh no, I wouldn't worry about it?
I don't think they would concern themselves with that.
But the one thing they said was, remember Justin Long's character was like, I'm a teacher, but like, was there any scenes of him being a teacher?
No, and you even said yourself, well, he looks like he could be a student.
I think, yeah, no, I think he might have gotten confused. It's like, are you a little confused or something? What movie was that from?
It's Pat.
Yeah.
Are you kind of confused today?
I know, I really did like this, though, and it basically was a girl who didn't give she works at a bank, and didn't give this old woman a bank loan.
Yeah, I think the thing is, they're like, well, she's already had 2, so she shouldn't get any more, and she's like, and she actually wanted to, it's like, well, it was my boss, and it's not even my fault.
And the boss, you know who the boss was? The one guy from Carpool.
Oh, yeah.
And you know who Justin Long's father was in this?
Yeah.
Colonel Oates.
Yeah, from
Pee-wee's Big...
No.
What about Pee-wee? Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Yeah, the Colonel who they see in the beginning, and then later they see him when they're in hell.
And the thing is, I haven't seen... Didn't this movie, a few of the scenes with the seance scenes kind of remind you of Bogus Journey?
A little bit.
But wasn't it weird to see him in another movie like The Father? Like, I don't recall seeing him in years.
And when I see him, I haven't seen him in anything else.
But I knew right away it was him, didn't you?
Yeah, when you said it, I'm like, oh yeah.
And it was him. But like the carpool guy was the boss, and basically she doesn't give the loan, so the woman gets begs down on her knees, and they don't give her the loan. And then she out in the parking lot, she steers her button and she breathes into it in this weird way. And it's like, and all this weird stuff.
The car scene. Like I said, when you watch, you'll see what I mean. You're like, I'm not going to ruin anything, but it's like, there's a scene where you think it's going to be serious, it's going to be freaky, like, oh god, she's here, I got to get out of here, and there's a scare, and that's it. But when you'll see what I mean when you see it, it goes to an extent where it's like, oh my god, is this really happening? This is ridiculous, but it's funny, but it's good though. And
even with that damn PG-13 rating, it really didn't seem like, a cut down for the teens PG-13 movie.
No, it didn't really have a teenish feel to it.
And the thing is, I doubt they would have had, there wasn't much to it that would have made it R. Do you know what I mean? Like, there wasn't too much to it that, you know what I mean? It wasn't like a big gore fest or anything.
No.
And it has elements of, like, Children of the Corn and a lot of kind of aspects, like the third Children of the Corn with his nose scene. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. If you've seen it. Did you see that one?
I didn't really watch those either.
No, but so what would you say? Is this something to see in theaters or on DVD?
See it in theaters, yeah. Because it definitely...
It has good surround sound.
It does.
Because the sound's everywhere in this thing. It's not like...
I'd give it...
I really give it 5 out of 5.
You would? I'd give it 3.5 to 4 out of 5. I mean, aside from CGI and...
The CGI in it, though, like... See, I don't like the Transformers movies. I know you do.
There's nothing wrong with the Transformers movies.
But when you look at the CGI in the Transformers movies, you can't really tell.
No, you look at them, it's like, wow.
But see, when you saw the CGI in this movie, it screamed CGI.
I know.
And it also screamed Harry Potter 1 CGI. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Especially that one scene with, like...
Yeah, with the, but in this, like, you're like, well, yeah, if there's a few scenes of CGI, like in Watchmen, there was like 1 or 2, like, kind of baddish scenes of CGI, but with this, the CGI was throughout the movie, so... And
the one guy in it reminded us of our friend who played Publisa. Remember that?
Yeah, he was cool.
Yeah, but I would recommend seeing this. I really did like it.
I do. I recommend it. Like I said, it's really not a bad movie, so I recommend seeing it in theaters, and I give it like 3.5 to 4 out of 5.
And hopefully Sam Raimi continues doing horror movies again after this.
Right.
And don't worry, MJ, he's still doing Spider-Man 4.
Good.
So, MJ, you want to go into Best Buy?
Yeah.
And look over there, look. Your favorite place, PetSmart.
Well, I'd really cut it out with that. I'm getting tired of those jokes. I get it, okay? I work there. You know?
I know, but don't you love PetSmart? You love going in all the PetSmarts because you love it.
No, I'm serious. Just gotta cut this out or I'm going home.
All right, MJ. Just for God's sakes, in this Best Buy, let's not go to the bathroom together.
Right, let's keep our hands away from our pockets.
Yes. Keep them near other things. So MJ, we got into Best Buy without any major issues, right?
Yeah, it's a good Best Buy.
And look at, don't you like love these kind of walls?
Oh yeah, it's
They're like 70s kind of walls. Like, you know, a lot of this stuff just gets torn down lately. Like, remember that one area near your house where the Mars is? It was all like this and they took it all down and redid it. Now we're going to the Goodwill Super Center.
Oh, I thought the entrance was over there.
No, it's right here, under this blue awning. It's been like the rainy day, hasn't it, MJ?
Yeah, it's kind of not this rain. I'm just worried about it's going to stink.
But we're not letting it rain on our parade.
Never.
Never.
I bet it's going to stink when we walk in here.
I know. MJ, look at all these VHS tapes in here.
Oh no.
Classic VHS. Look. Now this is a true classic.
I love that movie.
I know.
True classic. Outstanding. Should have been him.
Look, MJ, that we showed it a couple other times before, far back. The No More Circuit City. Is it too bad that Circuit City's had to go out of business?
It's sad.
It really is. And now we're a Toys R Us. One of these days, though, we'll have to go to I'll have to drive with you, drive up. And I've never taken you to it before. The classics Toys R Us that never changed or updated.
Really?
I showed it once in a video. The original front and the layout of the aisles are all the same. Ooh. MJ, do you want this thing?
What are you talking about?
This. Look at this. Do you want that?
Why?
It looks really high tech and like the greatest effects work I've ever seen.
I like buying fun toys.
You don't want that?
No.
All right. MJ, when was the last time you saw like a Playhouse set like this? Like if you were a kid, wouldn't you have had this?
Probably.
Like if you were like 5 or 6.
I don't know if I would have used it for Hannah Montana.
No, I would have used it for other stuff. Wouldn't you have had like the Turtles in it or something?
The Ninja Turtles, the Ghostbusters.
And Batman and the Ghostbusters in it.
All this stuff.
But like, and everyone would be like, "That's a Hannah Montana house," and I'm sure they. But back then, it wouldn't have been Hannah Montana. It'd be like, "That's the Tiffany house" or something.
I would have I had my Transformers attacking it and stuff.
Because I don't know who was the popular like star of back then. Look, MJ, they still can't get rid of this one. And remember that was the one you always saw when we tried to find back when the Joker was hard to find.
Yeah.
It was always that one, always there.
Oh, here's the best DC hero.
I don't know. MJ, something, I mean, although that's supposed to be the original, something was changed about it.
Yeah, I think the shoulder things were wider, the head things were longer. You can tell it's the original, that it didn't have those shoulder blades. You know what I mean? Not shoulder, I mean, also the things at the end of its elbows, too.
I know. MJ, you know, if you got this keyboard, you could be this kid. You could jam on it, and
I don't know if I'd be anything like that.
You'd be singing songs like Dreamers, Dreamers, and all that. Now look at this. You could play the drums.
I'm not a drummer.
You could be like him.
I'm not a drummer, I'm a pianist.
What?
And a guitarist.
What'd you say you were?
A pianist.
Oh. Ew.
Like that, you know, a keyboardist.
Gross. Why are you talking about that? That's private matter, MJ. Don't tell me about that. Ew. So MJ, you bought something in there and they're like, hold on a second. And it was like a toy. We're not saying what. Don't. It's mind your own beeswax. But we'll just say this. They said it wasn't supposed to be out yet. So you did something like I do. You bought a toy that wasn't supposed to be out yet.
Right.
Like I do with DVDs all the time. What?
What I was going to say was, the fact is I'm paying for it, so I don't see why I couldn't, you know, and they let me buy it early.
I don't think it matters, you know what I mean? It's like, what's gonna happen? You're gonna leak a picture online, everyone's gonna be like, MJ, you're the first, you got it first. Can you show me all close-up details of this toy and the grappling guns?
Just go to Toys R Us, they're already on the shelves.
Yeah, I know. In disguise. Hi, MJ.
Hi.
What's up with you?
Nothing.
We better get home soon to do that Drag Me to Hell review.
Yeah.
The Don Murphy, whatever we end up doing. I'm not sure yet.
Right.
Are you?
No.
I have ideas.
I know.
I don't know. Okay. Fine. Be that way. Now, MJ, you know whose mall this is?
No,
This is Paris Hilton's mall. She was in this mall once in one of the Simple Life episodes.
yeah, here's your bike right here on the end.
I know. for your entertainment. MJ, there's not much to do in this mall, is there?
No.
Let's just get out of here and go home and do the review. Because you have to get home early anyway, so let's get going. MJ, you know, Father's Day is coming up, and you should really get your dad one of these chairs. Wait a minute. Where is your dad? I guess we'll just keep it a secret. I hate to tell you, MJ, I don't even know. That sign brought up a thing, and I was like wondering, where is MJ's father?
The thing is, you haven't really seen my mom in a while either.
I know. Look at this. Come here, look. It's George Foreman's lean, green, fat grilling machine.
George Foreman is so awesome.
I know. And if anyone, maybe someone could buy you this for you.
I'd only buy it if George Foreman was selling it to me personally.
Yeah, and then he'd like, would you want him to take you in the ring and punch you out like old times?
Who said he'd punch me out?
He was a boxer.
No, I'm just saying who'd say he'd want to. We'd just, be like this the whole time.
Yeah. Now here's a question though. If George Foreman was over at your house and he was making food, what do you think he would do if you took out, he said, George, let's cook on a regular grill. What do you think he would do?
I don't think a regular grill's good enough for him to be like, nope, it's not, that grill's not good enough for me. He's like, we're cooking on this, or whatever he would recommend.
What would you do though if George Foreman cooked you a meal on the lean, green, fat grilling machine,
I'd be
and
honored.
the grill, what if what he cooked was so dried out? And would you pretend to like it, or what would you do?
I'd say, is this your best? And
then he'd punch you out.
maybe. The thing is, I'm sure he can cook a good meal.
Oh, that's a funny thing to think about, though, isn't it?
Plus,
like, what if he cooks on that, and what if he always burns everything he cooks on it?
Yeah, plus I can take a hit. You have no idea.
I know, but it's kind of funny though to think about that.
I know, you'd think he could make a really good meal. I think he could make a good meal.
I don't know, I heard he always burns everything on it. I heard he doesn't know how to use it right. He just stands there and they tell him what to do.
Oh. Well, I'll just I don't know, give him a really good night. I'll go, you know, George,
like now,
this is good.
if you had to sponsor your own cooking device, what kind of device would you make? Like, if someone asked you to make one of those things, which one would you put your name to?
I don't know, a waffle iron?
Would you put your name to the slap chop? You know, that guy, you know, that You're Gonna Love My Nuts guy? Remember who had that problem with that woman? And she, bit as you know what, and he had, I remember all those issues with him.
Well,
would you put your name on him? Or what about the ShamWow times?
Maybe.
You know, that he has. Maybe you'd like take over his place. You go, hi, I'm MJ Kelly with the ShamWow towels. See this Coke? See this? You're gonna love my nuts. So MJ, it's about, say 12 at night. It took a long time to finish all that stuff. We had to do the Drag Me to Hell review. Hopefully it all works together. It was hard to, we kind of came up with everything last minute. So I hope you liked it. So everyone, I hope you enjoyed this vlog and our review of the two films, and see you later. Bye.